This podcast is part of the It Was a Thing on TV podcast network.
An anthology on the bad, the short-lived, and forgotten shows and events in television history. You are listening to It Was a Thing on TV.
Time is up. You ran into trouble.
Okay, people, we've been teasing this for the last 2 years. And you know what? Now we're finally going to do it. Okay. Now, Mike, can you explain how this came to be, how we found out about this?
I want to say 5 or 6 years ago, I was going through my cable listings and I found a listing on the then Longhorn Network, which was called Bevo Home for the Holidays. And I saw it and I promptly said in the chat, guys, you need to turn on Longhorn Network to see what's on right now, because there's literally, in place of a Yule log, Longhorn Network is showing Bevo, video of Bevo eating, grazing, just doing Bevo stuff, not in a stadium, not being prepped for game day, just Bevo being casual. And that's how Longhorn Network celebrated the holidays. And they didn't just do this 1 year. They did this, as I said, I think it was 2020, 2019, I first saw this. But they did it in 2020, and then again 2021, and again in 2022, and then I think 2023, that's when the whole Longhorn Network sale and going to the ACC or the SEC. And that's when Texas going to the SEC started formulating, and they didn't show it in 2023 and definitely didn't show it in 2024 because they would have been in the SEC at that point. So this is the first time really in 3-ish years that any of us have seen this, unless we actually went out on our own to find it.
Oh, it's been on the, because let me just explain. The Longhorn Network, when ESPN retired it, when it went to the SEC, the University of Texas, the University of Texas turned the Longhorn Network into an app. So basically there's like a 24/7 live stream. There's a bunch of like archives of the University of Texas video if you search on the app and on the website for Longhorn Network. But one of the videos is Bevo Home for the Holidays. So it is 2 hours of nothing but Bevo, and it's introduced by Jordan Shipley,
who sang the song "My Baby Wants Bevo for Christmas."
Oh, it's a legend. It's the greatest song. I think this is like, it should be like the new Christmas canon. I think Baby Wants Bevo for Christmas. I hope you all follow along with us. So if you're on the Longhorn Network app or online on the website or whatever, put it back to the very beginning. I'm going to give a 5-second countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, play. And then after I hit play, you're going to unpause as soon as I hit play. Okay? So I'm going to do the countdown starting now. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, play. Happy holidays from Longhorn Network. And there's Jordan Shipley.
Really, it's starting here with the beer ad.
Oh, then you must be behind that.
Well, I was watching it from the app, which has the beer ad, because this whole deal is sponsored by Corona.
Oh, okay. So
and now here's Bevo the 15th.
Okay, you're going to be like 30 seconds behind us, so it's going to be a little bit funny. So, but what we're watching is like Bevo eat he's eating hay from a trough.
course he is.
What do you think Bevo's thinking right now, Mike?
This is some high quality hay.
Oh,
Nom, 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 nom,
Be-
nom, 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 nom.
Bevo's probably thinking, "Oh, this is some of the best hay I've ever had." Ah, yeah.
Nom, 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 nom.
Bevo's thinking about all those great wins he's seen over the past year for Texas.
Definitely.
Let's not forget, guys. Remember the famous moment at the Sugar Bowl one year where he ran into Uga and tried to crush him?
A Longhorn steer versus a bulldog.
Yeah. Hold on a second. Let me find history about Bevo from Wikipedia. So the whole idea of Bevo was, according to Truth by Consensus Wikipedia, the idea to use a live Longhorn as the university mascot is attributed to UT alumnus Stephen Pickney in 1916. Pickney gathered $124 from other alumni to purchase a steer in the Texas Panhandle, which they originally named Bo and shipped to Austin. A Longhorn steer was not the original University of Texas mascot. The original mascot was actually an American Pit Bull Terrier named Pig. Now, there have been 15 Bevos to date, and Bevo was originally named Bo, but came to be called Bevo soon after his first appearance at Texas's 1916 Thanksgiving Day game. After the game, Ben Dyer, the campus magazine editor, declared, "His name is Bevo, and long may he reign." Oh my God. Ben Dyer died before stating why he chose the name Bevo. But there are three theories. The first is that Bevo was named after an amber-colored non-alcoholic beverage named Bevo, which coincidentally was introduced in 1916. And the other is that the name is derived from beeves, the plural form of beef. One popular theory is that cadets from Texas A&M stole the mascot to brand 13-0, which was the score the Aggies had won by the year before. Faced with that dilemma, some UT students suggested combining the 1 and 3 to create a B, made an E out of the dash of 13-0, added a V, and kept the 0 to create Bevo. That theory is apocryphal, as Bevo was named months before the branding actually happened. Oh, here's some fun mishaps according to Wikipedia about Bevo. Bevo II once charged an SMU cheerleader who had to defend himself with his megaphone. Bevo III escaped from his enclosure and ran loose across campus for 2 days. Mike, can you imagine that? Freaking Bevo around campus for 2 days with no one to catch him.
I'm just imagining the cheerleader trying to stave off Bevo with a megaphone.
Bevo 4 once attacked a parked car while Bevo V broke loose and scattered the Baylor band. And yeah, they do mention Bevo 15 breaking free of his handlers at the 2019 Sugar Bowl as he almost reached Uga.
Whoops.
I wonder who this other steer is that's with Bevo at his traw there.
Maybe it's his significant other.
Mr. and Mrs. Bevo.
Well, wait a second. If it was a cow, wouldn't it be a significant udder?
Oh.
Oh, now that the other steer is going to be what I think he's going to be like, oh, yeah, I got to drink it. Oh, is the steer? Oh, he tipped the bucket. Now we're in a new seat now, and now it's Bevo. It's just looking the water like, oh man, yeah, this good water. Yeah. Oh man. Oh, mm. I'm just thinking about this water. I'm thinking about Vince
It,
Young.
is that Bevo or Bevo's partner that we're seeing? It's tough to
I think
tell.
I think it's Bevo. So
Yeah, I'm just thinking to myself, 3 billion-year-old water.
oh man. Oh. He's probably thinking, wonder what Matthew McConaughey's doing right now. My boy. Yeah. Wonder if he's gonna give me a nice Christmas present. Yeah.
Well, while Bevo's getting a drink, how about we do some Jordan Shipley stats?
Oh,
Let,
cool.
yeah, let's know more about the person who actually wrote this song that we heard in the beginning. Jordan Shipley only had a 3-year NFL career, the first two of which were with the Cincinnati Bengals. And then in 2012, he signed with the Jacksonville Jaguars, was released, and then signed with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Who would have been the coach of the Buccaneers in 2020? It might have been I think was Shiano coaching? Was that still Raheem Morris in 2012?
It could have been Shiano.
Yeah, yeah, I guess.
In terms of,
Oh, hold on, Mike, you're muted.
I I know I'm muted because I'm trying to do two things at once, and
Oh,
it's not working out the way that I exactly planned on it.
oh,
So yeah,
that's what happens when we're live, pal.
I know. So Jordan Shipley was drafted in the third round of the 2010 NFL Draft by the Cincinnati Bengals with the 84th overall pick. He stands at 5'11", weighs 190 pounds, at least at the time of when he played. And actually, this episode I think is going to be released on the 21st of December, which is Sunday. Greg is going to have control about when it gets released, but it'll be sometime around Sunday the 21st, 22nd, 23rd, maybe. The reason I mentioned that is December 23rd of 1985 is actually his birth date. So he's turning 40 right before Christmas.
Oh, you know what that means, Mike.
What does that mean?
You know, in 2054, Jordan Shipley's gonna have a nice birthday.
Oh boy.
It's the holiday season. Why are you doing this? Okay, anyhow, with the Cincinnati Bengals in 2010 and 2011, he wore the number 11. Then when he went to Tampa, he actually wore number 12 before Tom Brady wore it. And then with Jacksonville, he wore 16. And actually, I think Travis Hunter wears, no, not Travis Hunter. It's Trevor Lawrence wears 16. Oh
Oh,
my gosh, that number's cursed. Every number that Jordan Shipley wore is cursed in some, well, maybe not 11. I don't know who wears 11 now for the Bengals, but he wore 12 with Tampa, which was worn by Tom Brady, and he wore 16, which is worn by Trevor Lawrence. Oh, I feel bad for Jordan Shipley now. But in terms of career stats, 24 games played, 79 catches, 858 yards, and 4 touchdowns, 3 of which were in his rookie season.
oh, speaking of, I found from Cincy Jungle the best Bengals players to wear number 11 of all time from SB Nation. It says here 16 players have worn the number 11 in Bengals history. Jordan Shipley, Lavernius Coles, Ryan Fitzpatrick, Doug Johnson, Achilles Smith, and Lee Johnson are the most recent players to sport the number, none of whom we can consider the best Bengals player all time to wear number 11. 7 wore the number for only one season, leaving Dale Livingston, Virgil Carter, and John Reeves. And it says, editor's note, Jordan Shipley could one day be in consideration. Let's see. Livingston, the team's first punter in 1968-1969, kicked 140 punts, averaging 41.5 yards per punt in his Bengals career, which spanned 24 games when the Bengals were in the AFL. Livingston also took up place-kicking duties during the team's inaugural season, converting 13 of 16 kicks and converting only 1 of 7 field goal attempts from 40 yards and beyond. Quarterback John Reeves spent 4 seasons for the Bengals, starting 6 of 28 games as the team's quarterback from 75 to 78. Reeves posted a 47.8 passer rating, posting 17 interceptions with only 7 touchdowns, completing 47.5% of his passes for 1,546 yards passing. Virgil Carter, who played 3 seasons with the Bengals, went 12-10 during the 22 games he started, along with posting a passer rating of 74.9. 22 touchdowns and completing 56.4% of his passes. Carter also rushed for 345 yards, scoring 4 touchdowns, including a 73-yarder in 1970. And then you have Rod Jones intercepting 6 passes, recovering 1 fumble, and posting at least 282 tackles as a starting quarterback for the Bengals from 1990 to 96.
Oh, neat!
We haven't had a neat drop in a while.
Cool. Ding dang
Cool.
dong.
Unfortunately, we can't play drops during the live show, but I still love the fact that the neat kid in that Toys R Us commercial was doing that for the WWF LJNs. He was so pumped to have that Hillbilly Jim LJN because, as we all know, Hillbilly Jim is a man of the people. If you know, you know.
I'm just thinking to myself, he doesn't know how bad the LJNs are.
Oh, no, you're going to put those LJNs, fling them together in this fling them wrestling ring, and they're going to get paint all over. The only way you're going to get them off is if you give them a nice figure bath. Chico, when this is done, I'll give you the link for LJN figure bath from Matt Cortona. So.
Oh, Lord. I'm almost afraid.
Oh, you will be afraid. Almost as afraid as this hay that's about to get eaten by Bevo.
Now there are actually a battery of people who take care of Bevo. They're called.
Do you have any information about the people who take care of Bevo?
Now, since 1945, a student organization called the Silver Spurs have been entrusted with caring for Bevo.
Think about how scary this must be. You have to be in charge of protecting a giant ass steer like Bevo.
I mean, what if it bucks? I mean, you could be in for a really bad time.
Oh no. Did you see that one commercial with Bevo about how somebody accidentally let him loose and he was charging all over the stadium?
Yep.
Yeah, it was an insurance commercial.
Yeah.
Allstate, I think.
Yeah, I think so. God, Bevo's partners. He's just looking at me why? Don't please. Why are you staring at me so intensely like that? Oh, now Bevo just chased the steer away from the trough.
Mine.
All right, fine. I'll just eat more of this hay. Yum. Yum, yum.
When anytime I want to, I just don't want to right now.
Do you guys want some Bevo facts?
Oh yeah, well, let's get some Bevo facts. You said you have 100 Bevo facts for us.
Yeah, I'm going to pick out some of the better ones. So I'll give you a little sampling for now since we're only about 15 minutes into this. Bevo the 14th was in the movie My All American about legendary coach Darrell Royal and player Freddie Steinmark. So that was around like 2014, 2015. Did you know that Bevo the 14th was actually at George W. Bush's first inauguration? I'm sorry, let me rephrase that. Bevo the 13th was at George W. Bush's first inauguration. Bevo the 14th was at his second inauguration in 2004. Actually, that should be 2005 because he was voted in 2004. So Bevo's attended both of George W. Bush's inaugurations. How about this? A priest once blessed Bevo the 14th.
Oh,
Talk about talk about a holy cow. I'm sorry, I stumbled over that. That was a good one.
Harry Carey would have been proud of that.
I may have had a couple of his buds before I said that. Bevo the 14th, his horn span is longer than 6 feet. I mean, if you take a look at that, those are some mighty big horns.
Well, if you're Bevo, you have to have the best. And now, oh look, I love how this has changed. Now we got a handler. They're just like they're just combing his fur right there.
You gotta take care of your cows.
Well, Bevo's kind of has probably a bit of a diva attitude. So
I'm surprised Bevo's not reacting to them brushing him, saying, "Hey, I'm eating my hay here. Get out of here."
oh, he probably gets this all the time, Bevo.
Maybe it's like the equivalent of like when I give Benoodles food and she starts eating it and I come over and pet her on the side. Yeah, very loving and caring, not defensive like maybe a dog would be.
Um, um,
Another little fact about Bevo the 14th, to end his first season, Bevo the 14th actually went to the Rose Bowl and oversaw a dramatic Texas win over Michigan. And that trip to Pasadena was the furthest distance Bevo the 14th had traveled.
oh yeah, because if you really stop and think about it, it's like I, Texas probably the first time they ever played in the Rose Bowl game because I it used to be like I mean back in the day it was just the Big Ten champ against the Pac-10 champ until the BCS era.
And actually, Bevo the 14th, his tenure started with 5 straight bowl wins for Texas. And if you're looking at pure numbers, Bevo the 14th and Bevo the 13th are the winningest mascots in Texas history.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So I got a question. Do you think like do you think Bevo's aware of like how popular he is? Because I'm trying to think in the point of view of the animal. Does the animal have like any idea like what is going on around them?
I'm guessing he does, given how tame he's being. I mean, he's not acting
Yeah.
like a wild bull. He's, enjoying the brushing and the handling. So I guess, maybe he's tame in some capacity. Well, definitely tame in some capacity, but more tame than wild.
Yeah. You think like when you think Bevo like intensely follows the football game? Do you think he knows like exactly what's happening? Does he have like any concept of the football game and what's going on around him?
I
No,
wonder if Bevo, well, I actually wonder if Bevo is aware that the football is made possibly from some of his relatives.
Now you can't see this, but it looks like Chico's trying to rip his background. He looks like he tried to like rip the wall off his background. It was. And by the way, I should note that Chico is wearing it for those of you who can't see what we're seeing. He's wearing a QM production T-shirt.
which I believe shrank in the wash, so I had to go and order another one.
Where the hell did you order that shirt?
I will give you the link in the chat later.
Was it on T Public?
Yes, yes, it
Oh,
was.
of course it was on T Public.
Like Retropolis or something.
Hmm. Now
Okay,
I
guys, wait, hold on, wait. Do you hear what's playing now?
dreidel. I was gonna
Yeah,
say that.
we're being a little multi-ethnic here, representing all the religions.
I didn't think that they would show some respect for the Jewish community in Texas, but you know what? Good for them. Good for UT.
Well, if you know Dustin Hoffman from that one episode of The Simpsons, you know there were Jewish cowboys who roamed the plains and spent their money freely.
So Beaver's a mensch. I love it. On
Happy
top of
Hanukkah, by
being
the way.
on top of being a mensch, Beaver the 14th actually had a younger sister, Sunrise
Oh,
Sidrita, named after their dad, Sid.
their dad was named Sid.
Sid.
Like, so their dad was Psycho Sid?
No,
Well, I'm just surprised you weren't saying like, oh, I'm surprised that the dad isn't, Bevo the 12th or Bevo the 10th or whatever.
No, if I really wanted to go that far, I would say I'm surprised their dad wasn't Sid Fairgate.
oh, here we go again with the Knots Landing references, folks.
Oh, you know what, Chico? I'll say this. That joke went right over a cliff.
Boo!
If you know, you know. That's all I'm gonna say.
You should be ashamed of yourself, Gregory.
Okay, we've got a new view now. Now we're getting sort of almost a straight on view of the handlers brushing Bevo, and Bevo's still digging into that trough of hay. But you can really see how big those horns are.
Oh my God.
Those are big honking horns.
Yeah.
Another little Bevo fact for you. Bevo overall made his debut during the 1916 Thanksgiving Day football game against Texas A&M. So we're starting our 110th year of Bevo.
Yeah, it's going to be 110 years on January 1st at Bevo.
You know, on average, Bevo tends to live about 20 years.
Okay, Greg, not to dispel what you said earlier, but it says here that Bevo's name is not an alteration of the 13-0 score from the Aggies fans in 1917.
Yeah, that I think I said it. It's probably not true. So
He did use the word apocryphal.
And you did talk about how Bevo's a play on the word beeve, which is the plural of beef.
yeah, beef, beefy.
And it's also slang for steer. I want to explicitly says here, this is the 19th fact, by the way. Bevo is not a cow.
Oh, really?
And unfortunately, I click on the link that says Bevo is not a cow, and it gives me a 404. So Bevo is not a cow, and Benoodles is not a bunny.
Yes, Scott.
Yeah, it's been like 7 years since he said that, and Benoodles still has a grudge against him. Oh, look, he's wearing a Bevo sweatshirt.
Oh,
I shouldn't
and
be
now
surprised that Bevo has merch.
Of course.
now Bevo's eating the horse that hay on the ground. That's kind of disgusting, Bevo. It's on the floor. You don't know what you're gonna be getting if you're just eating the hay on the floor there.
5-second rule.
Oh, that's true. Well, I could eat the hay in the trough. Oh, this hay here is
I
much
could
better.
eat the hay all day.
Reminds me of my dad's cat does essentially the same thing. Knocks the food out of the bowl and starts eating the food on the floor. My dad's cat's not all that smart.
I don't doubt that.
No. And Benoodles keeps her food in the bowl, so at least she's normal. Oh,
Okay,
new view.
new view.
But now we've got one cow, again, eating hay off the ground, but now the other one's eating out of the trough, but we've got like a view of half of the cow's rear end.
Showing off the cow's naked ass to everybody.
Well, we're not seeing the whole naked ass. The tail is like literally right on the edge of the screen. But yeah, we're not seeing the cow's face. We're seeing the cow's posterior. I can't speak for the current Bevo, but Bevo the 14th had his own Facebook account, his own Twitter account, and his own Instagram account.
Oh,
Of course, he had his own Facebook account because all the boomers have their own Facebook accounts. I have to wonder if Bevo the 15th has a TikTok.
And it looks like Bevo the 14th's account has been deactivated.
Oh.
Well, I guess that goes with the territory once you pass away.
I am happy to announce that Bevo 15 does have an Instagram account. And it's appropriately at Texas Mascot. And if there's a link on it, Bevo's Instagram, that says www.bevofanclub, and it takes you to the utexas.edu account.
Well, that's a good way to sort of ensure that there's going to be a Bevo account forever. Instead of saying Bevo the 14th, Bevo the 15th, Bevo the 16th, etc. Texas Mascot, and now when you have a new Bevo, you just update it in the bio and say, this is the home of Bevo the 16th, the 17th, whomever.
Oh, Bevo, Eli Manning took a selfie with Bevo. It was part of is show on ESPN Plus. Eli's plays. Well, of course, obviously, because as we all know, Eli's nephew Arch, of course, plays for the University of Texas.
Okay, Bevo does officially have his own TikTok. Wait, let me double check this here.
Let me just. You think the kids are really like going to be like, oh man, we we we,
No,
we love
okay,
college
all right.
football? Or what is it? Is it really his TikTok
This is not a Bevo.
TikTok account?
This is not the official Bevo account. It's
Oh,
just some liar. It's a lying liar who lies.
okay. Let me just. Could you imagine like the kids on TikTok being like, you know what we really want? We really want college football stuff on TikTok, and you know what we want? We want Bevo. We demand Bevo TikToks.
Hey, Greg, are you still on the Instagram page?
Yeah, I'm still on the Instagram page.
Scroll down to May 4th.
Okay.
Bevo actually did a picture for May the 4th be with you, and he's holding a lightsaber in his mouth. and he's wearing a cape. Yeah, take a look at it.
Wearing a Jedi cape. Obi-Wan Beenobi.
The force is strong with this one.
And just taking a look here, going a little further down the Instagram, I'm going to assume well, this is from last year. I'm going to assume it's going to hold true for this year. Looks like Bevo's birthday is January 24th because he was having a Bevo's birthday bash at, I'm guessing, some sort of bar or place on campus. So, get your Bevo birthday gifts ready in about a month.
Oh, I'll definitely be sending Bevo a birthday gift. I love that they put a tardy hat on one picture. Bevo's like, it's my birthday, everybody.
It's Bevo in the house. It's my birthday. It's my birthday.
And if you find the one from December 21st, 2024, I guess it was he got Georgia on my mind, and there's a bunch of drones that have a peach on it. I'm guessing it was right before they were going to play in the Peach Bowl last year. Open sleigh, and all the fields we go, laughing all the way.
Okay, so I'm going to Texas Longhorns on TikTok. Its caption is, very simply put, this is a Bevo Stan account.
Okay, I'm gonna share this. I'm gonna share this picture in the chat because I think this is kind of awesome. Hold on a second. So if you look in the show chat messenger, I shared the Instagram pic of Bevo with the Colorado State mascot, and the picture says two iconic sets of horns.
Well, one's real and one's not.
Fake. One's fake. Wait, how do you know, Mike? How do you know that mascot's not real?
I'm taking a guess. I've never seen a ram stand up like that.
Like pro wrestling, it's still real to me.
Mike, you don't know this, okay? It's like Blue from the Colts. It's like, how do you know that he's not like a real horse? I mean, come on, look at him. He's like
Like, how do you know it's not a real horse? 9
9
o'clock.
o'clock. To make
Damn it, Greg, get out of my head. Oh, it's that song from Tetris.
Oh yes.
And I know it's the part where I try not to fall asleep.
It's the part where I'm trying to make sure I freaking don't try to freaking mess up in Tetris, or else they'll start building and building up to the top, and I don't want that.
Nobody wants that.
No. Oh, hold on! I found another pic from the Bevo Instagram from March 31st of last year. They put the in Messenger, and it says "Happy Easter Hookup," and it's basically bunny ears on Bevo, while Bevo's mouth is holding an Easter basket full of eggs. And my favorite comment up top on the picture, it says, "What's the measurement between his horns now? Tip to tip?" Question mark. Mm-hmm. Do do do, ding 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 ding, do.
Okay, going through the Instagram page, it appears that the current Bevo is probably about 10 years old. I mentioned his birthday is January 24th, and just taking a look at more pictures from previous years, it seems like every January 24th they're celebrating his birthday. So I'm guessing January 24th is Bevo 15th's birthday. And like I said, I think he's about 10 now, so he is probably turning 11 next month.
Da, 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 da.
Dun, 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 dun.
Because they rock so hard, the Trans-Siberian Orchestra. All right, who would win in a fight? Trans-Siberian Orchestra or Mannheim Steamroller?
Well, I'm just gonna go with the Trans-Siberian Orchestra. I don't know about you. Oh wait, are we getting Bevo out of this thing? Is he gonna roam loose now, Bevo?
Watch out for the Bulldogs.
All right, everybody, here's me. It's Bevo. All right, I'm gonna show you all this land I occupy. Yep. I mean, really, when you think about it, Bevo has the best life for a mascot. He can he gets to sit in his place. He gets to eat all the hay he wants. He gets to roam around all the time. And then on Saturday, he can just hang around with all the students and be like the biggest star on campus.
He gets to be the envy of all of his Longhorn friends.
Why you look at me like that? I can't believe you're watching 2 hours of this. Seriously, guys? You're watching 2 hours of me eating hay?
And grazing. Hello, are we forgetting the grazing? He's just staring at you, silently judging you.
So we're seeing a lot of Bevo eating. Now, this goes back to Bevo 14. This is Bevo 15 who's around now. But Bevo 14 was eating as much as 60 pounds of food every day. And that ain't hay.
No.
And in case you're wondering, when Bevo travels, in his trailer, it's actually air conditioned.
Oh.
So it keeps him nice and cool in the heat in Texas.
I believe that.
And since we were talking about the handlers earlier, they spend about 600 hours caring for Bevo every year. So that's almost 2 hours a day. That's a long time to be taking care of Bevo.
Okay, I'm going through the 2005 national champion Texas Longhorn roster on Wikipedia. So we all know Vince Young, of course, was the starter that season. Or it's if you go back to the one episode we did on that terrible Miami Florida State game from 2005, I think it was Gary Danielson called him Vincent Young.
Vincent,
Do you remember?
Yeah, Vincent.
Colt McCoy was in his freshman season, Mike, at Texas in 05.
05? Jeez.
Yep.
I think the Browns drafted him in 2010. Yeah, he must have been like a red shirt at that time. Because 05, 06, 07, 08, 09, that would have been 5 years.
Yeah. Yeah, there was sure as hell no COVID eligibility back then. Jamal Charles was a freshman at UT too.
Okay, he was drafted in 08, so that makes a little more sense, I think.
Jordan Shipley was a freshman on that roster.
Uh-huh.
Along with Queen Cosby.
Quan.
Oh, Quan Cosby. I'm sorry.
Well, now hold on. Wait, Greg. We
What?
should call him Quan Mr. Black.
He's not related.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
He is? I thought he wasn't related to him.
Absolutely not joking. I'm pretty sure he's related to him.
Are you sure about that? I thought it was revealed that he wasn't.
I am researching it right now, but I am pretty sure he is related in some way to him.
Okay, well, what are you doing? Limas Swede was a sophomore in that roster. Brian Arakpo was a freshman on the 05 UT roster. Former player on the Washington football team. You know what I mean.
Okay, they're not related. Quan Cosby is not related to Mr. Black.
I told you.
I thought I read somewhere that he was.
No.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, he had just one son.
All right, let me go through the 05 schedule on the national champion team. So week 1 in 2005, they played Louisiana Lafayette, and they won 60-3. Then the next week they beat number 4 Ohio State at Ohio State, 25-22. And then week 3, September 17th, they faced Rice and won 51-10. Then they beat Missouri at Missouri 51-20. They beat Oklahoma at the Red River Rivalry at the Cotton Bowl 45-12. They beat number 24 Colorado 42-17. They beat number 10 Texas Tech at the Battle for the Chancellor Spurs 52-17. They beat Oklahoma State 47-28. Then the next week they shut out Baylor. Are you ready for this score? 62-0.
Damn.
Oh, wait till you see the next week against Kansas. The score of that game. 66-14.
Double damn. Mac Brown in November of 2005 was definitely on one.
And then against A&M, they beat A&M 40-29. And
this is
in
just downright criminal.
The Big 12 championship game against Colorado, the final score. And if this is not the most lopsided score in a conference championship game, I dare you to find something like one that's worse. Texas won by a score of 70-3.
In a title championship game?
Yes.
Oh, that's bad. Wanted to jump in really fast because Greg missed some of the video while he was going through that. You actually had Bevo and whoever the other steer is. They were running across, I'm guessing, the field where they do their stuff. They were running across the field, and I'm guessing the cameraman was in a vehicle following them. It was only for maybe about 30 seconds or so, but now we currently have Bevo and the other cow just in the trees. I'm guessing maybe the one is trying to get some shade, maybe a hot day in Texas.
Or maybe because Bevo is like standing in the bushes there. You think maybe Bevo's trying to take a
steer dump?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, he might be trying to make sure no one watches him do it.
He's looking at the screen like, hey, little privacy here.
Going back to Quan Cosby and Mr. Black, they are not related, as we confirmed earlier, but Quan Cosby did befriend him, believe it or not. They became friends back in like 2009.
Okay.
Also, another little fact in terms of Bevo prep, he has never been medicated for a game or any public appearances. So that's the real Bevo. That's really how tame he is. He isn't being sedated.
He's a gentle creature.
And if you happen to go to Austin and go to the University of Texas, Bevo is immortalized in a stained glass window in the lobby of the Office of Graduate Studies.
Oh, I found one player that was on the 05 Texas Longhorns roster. Former Raiders running back Michael Huff.
I remember him.
Yeah.
Okay, here's an interesting one.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. He wasn't a running. He was a safety. I'm sorry. Why did I think he was a running back, Michael Huff?
But here's an interesting fact. For an ad for the University of Texas, you won't believe, it's not a who, it's a what. You won't believe what Bevo appeared with in the ad.
Okay.
The school's copy of the Gutenberg Bible.
Wow.
Incredible. Oh, and according to Truth by Consensus Wikipedia, Michael Huff won the Jim Thorpe Award in 2005. which is awarded to the top defensive back in college football since 1986. And the most recent winner to win it is Caleb Downs of Ohio State.
Yeah, I think he just won it a day ago as we're talking.
Yep. Trying to find notable names of the award. I think I see Patrick Peterson won it in 2010. Let's see.
Now, when
Charles...
you say Patrick Peterson, not the Knots Landing guy.
No, not Michael Fairgate. No, of course not. I didn't think we'd work in 2 Knots Landing references in this live show.
Hey, I got you, Greg. I got
you. Hear that? You hear that, Bevo? We worked 2 Knots Landing references in this. Are you happy now as you're taking a giant dump in private?
Privacy? Hello?
Oh, Mike, former Cleveland Brown Antonio Langham won the Jim Thorpe Award in 1993.
Oh, he was a beast for Alabama back then. He was one of my favorite Browns back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, also, since we're seeing all this stuff with Bevo on the ranch, just want to let you know, well, first, the ranch is 250 acres. Didn't want to add an extra 5 on there. 250-acre ranch is where Bevo calls home. Sorry, it's not open to the public, and the people who handle him cannot disclose his location. And it says, don't even try to find it. Security is tight.
They're in Texas. I believe that.
Oh, I found on the page the 2005 Big 12 championship game on Wikipedia. So let me read that. Let's see. The Longhorns scored 10 touchdowns in their first 11 possessions. They started with first quarter touchdowns by Henry Melton and Jamal Charles. The Buffaloes got their only score of the game, a field goal at the start of the second quarter. Vince Young, Limas Swede, David Thomas, and Jamal Charles scored touchdowns in the second quarter to give the Horns a 42-3 lead at halftime. In the third quarter, Selvin, Young, Charles, and Melton each scored rushing touchdowns. Brandon Foster scored a touchdown defense due to Michael Griffin blocking a Colorado punt. And halfway through the third quarter, Texas already had 70 points, but went on cruise control from that point and didn't score again. So think about that, guys. It was 70-3 in the third quarter. They could have easily scored 100 points if you think about it. It would have made Georgia Tech and Cumberland look like nothing.
Yikes! He just dropped Georgia Tech and Cumberland.
In case you're wondering, all these Bevos are not related to each other. Only three Bevos are from the same bloodline, and that's Bevo the 5th, Bevo the 7th, and Bevo the 9th. So this is not the son or some relative to Bevo the 15th or Bevo the 13th or the 14th or anything like that.
So it's not like the Samoans in WWE.
There's no head of the
family. No,
yeah,
no head of the family like Roman Reigns.
Hey, did you know that Bevo has his own children's book?
He has his own children's book?
I'm looking at it on Amazon right now. The Littlest Longhorn, The Saga of Bevo, published in 1989.
Oh.
And you can get it used for $12.48. And, well, if you buy it right now, you can get free delivery between the 22nd of December and the 29th as of right now when we're recording this. So you can get it for your special someone, talking to Greg and Chico, if you order right now, and it'll be at your house potentially by Christmas.
Well, that's the gift everybody wants.
Well, your baby does want Bevo for Christmas. Bit of background about this. The Bevo Cam first went online with Home for the Holidays in 2014. That's the first airing that Longhorn Network did. And it was 7 to noon Central Time.
And actually, if you want to get it a little bit faster, I'm taking a look here. Oh, so hold on. Can't bother Jordan Shipley while he sings.
Oh, no, we can't.
Nope.
Bevo heard the song and he's like, what? Is that the heavenly angelic voice of Jordan Shipley? I must stop and listen. Now, I just want to let Jordan sing, but I have a question. I just looked at something on the Wikipedia page for Texas football. I just want to ask a question after this is done. Okay. The University of Texas has two Heisman winners in let's see, Earl Campbell in 1977 and Ricky Williams in 1998. So I have a question. Do you think whatever Bevo was at the time, you think knowing Ricky Williams, do you think they ever shared some of the Mary Jane? Do you think Bevo took some of the Mary Jane that Ricky Williams loves?
No, what I would have liked though, Greg, do you remember the famous or potentially infamous SI cover with Ricky Williams and Mike Ditka?
Oh, I think that was ESPN the magazine, but yes, that was the
okay. Regardless, whatever it was, replace Mike Ditka with Bevo. Okay, getting back to The Littlest Longhorn, that book. Now, I know Greg, I think, has this in his area, and I'm pretty sure Chico does not. But you can order it from Half Price Books. It's $15, and you can get it to your local store in about a week. It says get it between the 20th and 23rd of December, which is 10 to 13 days from now. I'm sorry, 7 to 10 days. So, well, you know when we're recording this, the 13th of December, but still, you can get this before Christmas if you want to. Oh, that's if you want to ship it to yourself. It's the 20th to the 23rd. If you want to get it at your local Half Price Books, at least the one closest to me, you can get it as early as possibly the 18th of December. So Thursday.
Oh, I'm sorry to say, Mike, I don't have a Half Price Books in my area. I
thought they were on not necessarily Long Island, but I thought they were in New York. I thought it was a Northeast and sort of Midwest. I don't want to say Midwest, but Eastern Midwest type of thing. I know they're big in Ohio and in Michigan.
Yeah, I know. We don't have that here. You just have we just have your Barnes and Noble and your independent bookstores. There's actually a good independent bookstore out here in Huntington called Book Review. They'd had like all sorts of great book signings. I remember especially for the sports book signings. I remember back in the day on FAN, Mike and the Mad Dog would plug them like all the freaking time. But unfortunately, that bookstore closed I want to say about 4 years ago, and it got replaced with another store somewhere else. I believe that the bookstore, the new bookstore, is called like the Next Chapter, I think. But around 2020 during COVID, they were doing like virtual book signings and like virtual conferences with the authors. And actually, one of them was with Claire McNair for her Jeopardy book. And if you actually got that, you get a signed copy of the book, and that's exactly what I did.
I got a signed copy because she was at SporkleCon in 2023. I already have the hardback. I got a paperback just so I can get her to sign it. I told her to her face, Ken Jennings is the host of Jeopardy because of you. You are doing the Lord's work.
I have a theory as to why Half Price Books has the Bevo book in stock.
Okay.
Taking a look at the store locator, Texas by and far has the most Half Price Books locations at 37. And then second actually is Ohio. And there are none in New York and none in North Carolina, so you guys get shut out there.
Yeah. I'm trying to find where the closest Half Price Books is. It might very well be in Tennessee. Actually, no. It's in Decatur, Georgia, where Kiesel went to college.
Isn't there a Decatur, Illinois?
Oh
Mm-hmm.
yeah. But that's nowhere close to Decatur, Georgia.
Oh, that's a lovely view of the Bulls' backside there.
Ass, yeah.
Ass.
Nice tail.
And I think just to calibrate where we are so you're not falling behind or getting too far ahead, we're at roughly the 1 minute. I'm sorry, not 1 minute. Good heavens. If we've been doing this for a minute, we'll be here forever. We're at the 1 hour, 3 minute, and 30-second mark.
So we got roughly about 58 and a half minutes left in the video. So
Yeah, we were just over the halfway mark.
okay. So Texas has let's see, they got 4 national championships, 4 claimed national championships. They won a national championship in 1963, where they were number 1 in the AP and the coaches poll. They did that again in 1969, and then
Nice.
in 19.
I'm sorry.
And then in 1970, they were number 1 in the coaches poll, but finished number 3 in the AP poll because they lost in the Cotton Bowl in 1971, and they lost to Notre Dame 24-11. And then, of course, 05 they beat USC in the BCS national championship game. And they have 5 unclaimed national championships. So I will reveal like where the unclaimed national championships come from. This is like my favorite thing is like the bullshit unclaimed national championships. Because remember at the beginning of the college football season, Auburn claimed like, oh, we have 7 additional national championships.
Which is bullshit.
Yeah. My ass, you do. 1914, they were the claimed national champions from something called the Billingsley Report.
What is that? The guy from Christmas Story makes his own football podcast or something?
In 1914? Are you kidding me?
See, I didn't hear the 1914 bit.
1941, they were recognized as national champions by Berryman and the Williamson system. 1968, they were recognized as national champions by the DeVault system, Matthews Grid Ratings, and Sagarin, I think it's pronounced. 1977, they were national champions by Berryman, Fact, and Sagarin. And then in 1981, they were claimed as national champions by something called the National Championship Foundation.
All right, I mentioned earlier the first Bevo came around in 1916.
Yeah.
I almost feel like we should play eBay prices right here. What was the cost of the first Bevo in 1916 dollars?
In $1916, I'm going to guess 20,000.
Greg?
$5,000.
Guys, $1916 now, if you had like a dollar then, it would be like maybe like $25 now. So really, Chica's saying that Bevo would cost $500,000 now? You guys are
Do you
so
know how
far
serious Texas takes their cattle?
you guys are so far over. I don't even know if I should let you guys rebid.
Okay, what?
All right, you know what?
Let's rebid. Just
Okay.
rebid under $5,000.
All right, $500.
Greg,
$350.
you guys are still over.
Bro!
Oh,
Well, hold on. Wait. When you said $350, you meant $350.
Yeah.
Yes.
You're still way over. One more time.
Okay. $75.
Okay, Greg.
$1, Bob.
Now, you see, this is the time you should have gone over. $124. And actually, the guy who bought the original Bevo, he did that with money he collected $1 at a time from alumni and friends of his.
And now we have Bevo just standing there thinking.
He's thinking.
I wonder if he got his horn caught in that tree. That's why he can't move.
Oh, yeah, that is. It's like, hey, my horn's stuck on the tree. Can you guys get me out?
My horn out of here? Nope, his horn's not stuck.
You still watching me do this, huh? Like you could be channel surfing and watching a Christmas Story on TBS right now, but you chose to spend your Christmas opening presents with me. Yeah.
Would you
You could
believe
be
that? Oh, I'm sorry. I was going to say, would you believe that Bevo has not continuously been a thing at the University of Texas?
What?
Really?
Between Bevo 2's retirement and Bevo 3's inauguration, there was a span of 13 years. They did not have a live mascot for 13 years.
Was this a war thing?
Actually, now that you say it, well, partially, let's say that. Because Bevo the third started in 1945, so that would be the end of the war. But 13 years earlier was 1932, so I wonder if it's more of a depression thing.
Or both?
It's like
Well,
how
the
you can't.
war. Wait. The war wasn't happening in 1932. It happened in 39.
That would be the like the New Deal era.
Yeah, but yeah, the war started in late 38. So,
and we didn't get involved till 41. But yeah, there was no war in 1932. Is the Depression?
they're like, we can't handle a horse. We have to save all this money.
Wait. Did you say we can't handle a horse?
Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh, steer!
That's not. No. I'm focusing on the horse part because that's not a horse.
I know. My mind was. It's because it's lap, Al.
Oh,
But remember, according to Lewis Black, if it wasn't for that horse,
She wouldn't have been out of college. If it weren't for my horse,
I would have spent that year.
I would have never spent that year in college, which is maybe the single greatest Lewis Black line ever, and that's saying a lot.
Party on the
And I
house.
usually just rewatched that earlier this week. I don't remember why. Maybe it was because of what Greg talked about on the last episode, the last episode 599 when he or 598. I'm sorry, when he talked about Lewis Black talking about Labubus.
Oh yeah.
For some reason, I just went down a rabbit hole and revisited the whole. If it wasn't for that horse, I would have never spent that year in college, and just like how Lewis Black on stage, probably about 30 years ago at this point, I'm guessing it was probably about 95 or 96, basically had an aneurysm on stage or pretending like he had one.
I will say though, it's great, but I think the best thing that he ever did was the bit about the Starbucks in Houston, Texas, and right across the street from it is another Starbucks.
No, no. You know what his best? You know what I think his best bit is? Crisco.
What?
It's the best. Get you a tub of it. It'll cost you about $1.10. You can share it with everyone on the beach. And the best part about Crisco is that you don't get burnt. Because when you start to sizzle, you move your ass.
Now you see, Greg, you're making me think about if there's any places around here where there's a Starbucks next to a Starbucks or across the street from a Starbucks. I don't think so. I mean, the goofiest one we had, and this is well over 20 years ago, almost 25 years ago at this point, there used to be a chain of mini marts around here called Dairy Mart, and not even joking, there was a Dairy Mart, and literally on the other side of the street, across the street, was another Dairy Mart. Why are there two competing Dairy Marts on two corners of the same intersection?
The
I'll
place
tell you
where
right-
I work, by the place where I work, there's like 3 7-Elevens in like a mile span of each other.
Oh yeah, there's 3 7-Elevens by my house right now. There's one on Philyaw, one on Yadkin, and one on Santa Fe. And with a fourth one opening up on Bragg Boulevard now. And I'm reminded, now that you mention all this stuff, about the Waffle House that's across the street from the other Waffle House over by the Walmart and the GameStop where I got my Switch 2. By the way, I feel dirty getting my Switch 2 at a GameStop.
And now, okay, I love this shot here. Bevo's just in the background, and there's the other steer, like front and center. This looks like this could be like an album cover artwork right here.
Oh no, this is Christmas card material.
Yeah.
It is.
Happy holidays from Bevo.
Okay, also, now that we've talked about Lewis Blacklines, we cannot overlook another great one. MTV is the music, what KFC is the chicken.
I'm sure Bevo would be proud if we just ate more chicken. Although that's another company's gimmick.
We don't claim
No.
that gimmick.
No, we
Or
don't
that
endorse
company.
it. No, F no.
Okay, I'm going to come clean since you guys just brought that up. I was ready to go into my living room on my bookcase. I have a little stuffed cow from that organization, that restaurant, that says eat more chicken. But I'm just full disclosure here. I got it like in 2009, 2010 at a thrift store before I knew how bad of a company they were.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I guess that makes sense. Is that snot coming out of the horses? The steers. Oh my god! You can see the snot. Oh,
Well, it's better the snot than the. Yeah.
A little more Bevo history here. Bevo the Fourth was said to be the meanest of all Bevos, but his successor, Bevo the Fifth, was the tamest of all the Bevos. And true story about Bevo the Fourth. He only served for 1 year. And again, as we said, he was the meanest, wildest of them all. He broke free and rammed a parked car as he was heading into the stadium for his first football game.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I mentioned that earlier. Could you imagine? You have your car parked. You're like, I can't wait to go to this football game. You found out, come back to the car, and you're like, oh my, what happened to my car?
And it took 11 people to rein him in.
Um, okay, hold on a second. Let's see. Oh, we got a new shot coming into focus here. Yeah, Bevo's just by himself. He's just chewing.
Chewing, 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 chewing.
All right, a little more fun Bevo trivia here. Bevo the Eighth once caused a delay in a game against Baylor where he laid down in the end zone. That gave the Texas defense a chance to rest and led to a Baylor punt and an eventual University of Texas win. The Baylor coach blamed Bevo for his team's loss that day.
As of course he did.
Oh, this is a great one. To celebrate his 9th birthday, the Silver Spurs, who are, I'm going to assume they're like the handlers or the
Yes.
caretakers for Bevo. They introduced Bevo the Ninth to a female friend. You are not going to believe what this female friend's name was. Belvedere.
Well, here's the thing, like,
Oh no,
Since it's
Greg! Oh,
Oh,
no!
no.
Hey, get it out of your system! Oh, I knew this is coming. Go, Greg.
since the lady Longhorn, we don't have to worry about her sitting on balls.
Oh.
That's probably like the funniest story of all, that Mr. Belvedere sat on his own balls.
Is it though? Really though?
It absolutely is.
It's funny
Also,
because I can imagine Rob Stone going to Doug Pence and say, "Yeah, we had to stop tape. Christopher Hewitt sat on his own balls.
and didn't he do it twice?
He did it twice." I said, "Well, no, the second time was when he was like in a production of Peter Pan on Mr. Belvedere."
Oh, okay. No, I thought that happened with his balls again. Okay. Also, it says here that Bevo the Ninth got along with Belvedere, but in general, he didn't like women.
Hey, a progressive Bevo.
How
I can
about
dig it.
this? Look, how about this? Bevo the 13th. He was in National Geographic in 1990.
Oh,
And actually, I'm taking a look at it. It's not an article, it's just a picture of Bevo and his handler, Bevo the 13th and his handler. And it looks like it may be during the national anthem because they have a U.S. flag on the digital scoreboard, and the handler is holding his cowboy hat over his heart. So I'm guessing this is during the national anthem. And actually, taking a look at the picture, you could tell it's University of Texas playing Penn State. So I bet you if we really tried, we could pin down an exact date of this picture.
Hold on. When did Texas play Penn State? Penn State
No,
versus Texas football series history.
Okay, I've got the day of the game that picture is taken, and it looks like it's September 30th of 1989. Penn State won 16-12 that day.
Can confirm.
Actually, yeah, it's that day. They did play in 1990 as well, but they played at Penn State. And unfortunately, I don't think we have a box score because I see just the score itself and no details about leading rusher or anything like that.
Okay. I've got it right here. I've got rushing passing. Okay. Texas leading rusher was Adrian Walker that day. Sorry. With 48 yards off of 12 carries. There were 45 yards off of 12 carries. Leading passer that year or that game. Gotta zoom this out here. Leading passer that game was Peter Gardere, who at 13 for 23 with 170 yards and a touch.
Okay, I mentioned earlier they went without a live mascot from 1932 to 1945. That may be a little misleading because I have here that there were 25 years they didn't have a live mascot. I don't know why they don't have this consecutively. Maybe they actually used a live mascot in this period. But from 1920 to 1936, and again from 1936 to 1945, they didn't have a mascot. So I'm guessing sometime in 36 they did have a live mascot.
By the way, your leading receiver of that game was Johnny Walker. No, not that Johnny Walker. Caught 120 yards and a touchdown.
If you're wondering about Bevo tenures from shortest to longest, Bevo the second, his tenure was 3 games in 1936. So I mean that's actually explains why it was 1920 to 36 and then 36 to 45. You actually had Bevo the second there for 3 games in 1936, and then Bevo the fourth was 1 year, 1949. Bevo the eighth was 2 years, 1965 and 66. Bevo the 11th was 2 years, 1981 and 82. Bevo the sixth was 3 years, 1955 to 57. Bevo the third, his tenure was 4 years, 1945 to 1948. The original Bevo, Bevo 1, 5 years, 1916 to 1920. Bevo the fifth had 6 years, 1950 to 1955. Bevo the 10th also had 6 years from 1976 to 81. Bevo the 12th reigned from 1982 to 88. Bevo the 7th was from 1957 to 65. Bevo the ninth was from 1966 to 1976. Then you had Bevo the 14th, which was from 2004 until, I think based on the Instagram, we determined he retired around 2015 or so. And obviously the 15th Bevo is still around now, and he just finished his 10th season. But the one who lasted the longest was Bevo the 13th from 1988 to 2004, which is kind of weird because I've seen Bevo, well, he lasted 16 years. So that's not unusual. I did a little bad math in my head. I thought that was 24 years, but still 16. I almost said 16, 17, but yeah, it was 16, 17 years that Bevo the 13th was reigned. And since we still have half an hour left, I'm going to try and find more Bevo facts because I cherry picked all the good facts from that 100 facts page.
Now, we were talking about Jordan Shipley earlier. You know, besides football, he also ran track. His best time in the 100 was 10.85, and in the 200 was 21.76.
Talking about Jordan Shipley and Bevo, there was actually a situation with Bevo the 14th where Bevo got a little upset when Jordan Shipley got a little too close to him after a punt return touchdown.
What happens next?
And actually, believe it or not, Bevos actually have to audition. Not even kidding. As I said earlier, there is no lineage, there is no bloodline outside of, as I said earlier, Bevo the 5th, Bevo the 7th, and Bevo the 9th. But taking a look at Bevo the 15th, there were 6 candidates to take the Bevo the 15th role, and they were all trotted out to a Longhorn band practice for an audition of sorts. And Bevo the 15th kept cool enough to win the gig. And Bevo the 15th's actual name is Sunrise Spur. I think I mentioned that earlier. because I think we said his sister is Sunrise Sid or something like that.
And now we have like Bevo just standing out as the wind is picking up, and Bevo's just standing there like pontificating.
Majestically.
Yeah.
Also, I believe Greg did refer to this earlier. I apologize to the vegetarians out there. Bevo the First was slaughtered and eaten at a barbecue in 1920. He was the most delicious mascot ever.
There are certain teachers in Canada who would not go for that sort of thing.
Now hold on a second, guys. Do you remember the Simpsons episode with Homer and Mr. Pinchy the lobster?
Mr. Pinchy the lobster.
Yeah, it is a Mr. Pinchy, and Homer was like, "Oh, I just gave Mr. Pinchy a hot steam bath, and oh no!" And then he ate the Mr. Pinchy. It's like he would have wanted this.
And now here's more of Bevo chewing his own cud. Because steers are ruminants, if I'm not mistaken. And if I am mistaken, I apologize. Happy holidays from Strickland Propane. That's the vibe I'm getting.
Totally would have.
Oh, Greg, since I know you love this, Bevo the 15th was the first Bevo to almost kill an opposing mascot on the field before the game. Talking, of course, about Uga. So no other Bevo had tried killing a mascot before.
He just wants to give him a hug. It's a steer hugging a bulldog. That does not end well.
Do you think a steer has ever seen a bull? That might have been the first time that Bevo had ever seen a bulldog in its life, and Bevo was probably like, "What the hell is this?" Hmm. Bevo certainly is a good chewer. I'll give Bevo that. Okay, I do have the University of Texas's overall record in bowl games. They made 62 appearances in bowl games, and they have a total bowl record of 33, 27, and 2. They've appeared 23 times in the Cotton Bowl, with their first appearance coming in 1943 and their most recent appearance coming in 2025. And their lifetime total in that is 11, 11, and 1. and have made 6 appearances in the Alamo Bowl, with their first being in 2006 and the most recent in 2022, and they are 4-2 in that.
Some more Bevo history. Bevo the Seventh was actually kidnapped.
What? Who would do that to poor Bevo?
I'm glad you asked. In 1963, a group of students from Texas A&M kidnapped Bevo right before the Thanksgiving game that season and didn't return him until a few days later when he was found tied to a tree by Texas Rangers.
Oh.
Why would you
But
do
also, consider the time of this. I said 1963 and I said Thanksgiving. This was around the time of JFK's assassination.
Oh yeah, I didn't even realize. Yeah, so that might explain why Bevo got kidnapped. Nobody was paying any attention.
It's possible.
Hmm. Oh, Mike, you're gonna love this. Okay, Jordan Shipley won the Paul Warfield Trophy for the top wide receiver in 2009.
And that amounted to a 3-year NFL career.
Um, it's amazing considering the guy prior to him was two of the prior guys that won it. Michael Crabtree won it back to back in 2007 and 2008, and then Calvin Johnson won it in 2006.
Two much better receivers.
Oh, actually,
Well, I mean, one's a Hall of Famer, but still.
They stopped giving the award in 2018. The last person to win it was Rondale Moore for Purdue in 2018. Let me see. Amari Cooper won it for Alabama in 2014. Let me try to find other awards here. Ricky Williams won the Jim Brown Trophy for the top running back from 1997 to 1998. Brian Arakpo won the Lombardi Award for the best defensive player in 2008, as well as in 2008, the Nagurski Award for the top defensive player. And I mentioned earlier that Michael Huff won the Jim Thorpe Award for the top defensive back. The following year, Aaron Ross won it in 2006, and Jade Barron won it most recently for the Longhorns in 2024.
All right, I've shared this with Greg and Chico in the past, and I don't know why I have this in a little container. I've got something that I got for Teacher Appreciation Week a couple of years ago, and I've got stuff in there, primarily cards and card supplies, especially for stuff that I have to the side for different appearances and people signing in this area. But I put in this about 2 or 3 years ago. I put in a Jordan Shipley rookie card. I think because I was just going through cards and It's like, oh, Jordan Shipley, the guy who does Bevo Home for the Holidays. Yeah, my baby wants Bevo for Christmas. This is a Top's finest. I'm guessing this is since it's a rookie year. I'm guessing it's 2010. I don't know why I have it. I don't know if I actually thought I was going to do anything with it or it was just one of those things that caught my eye. But yes, there's a Jordan Shipley rookie. I know you guys can't see this. This is not a video podcast, but just one of those goofy things that I put to the side for some stupid reason.
Now, I was talking about Jeopardy earlier. I was talking about Jeopardy earlier. Do you know Mac Brown's daughter was a Jeopardy champion?
We know this because you already told us this in the past.
Well, she just happens to be a good friend of mine. Just saying.
Okay, I have a little more clarity about when Texas A&M students stole Bevo. It
Oh,
was before the assassination of JFK. It was November 12th of 1963, but still only, what is that, 10 days
Days.
before the
10 days.
assassination. I think that was 11/22 of 63. Five sophomores drove to the state hog farm where Bevo was kept, about 12 miles northwest of Austin. The cadets loaded Bevo onto a stock trailer and drove back to College Station. The cadets drove around the quad and word spread among the corps. Bevo was then moved to a farmhouse in Bryan where he would be stored until the Silver Spurs, the group of University of Texas students tasked with Bevo's care and appearances, could come retrieve him. When the Silver Spurs learned he was missing, they enlisted the help of the Texas Rangers. Officials located a rental trailer parked in a lot on the A&M campus that had been used to transport Bevo. While officials were questioning a group of students, another group moved Bevo to a different location. On November 13th, Bevo was found at 11 p.m. at a farm 6 miles south of Bryan and taken to an animal clinic for vets to check him over. Bevo was unharmed and vets deemed him healthy. After midnight, cheering Aggies watched as the Silver Spurs loaded Bevo onto a trailer and returned to Austin. So I'm glad it wasn't coinciding with the JFK situation. Only about 15 minutes left, folks.
and now Beaver's just laying down.
And other steer is like, I'm just gonna be a background character from here on out. I just don't care anymore.
I don't give a
I don't give a rip.
crap. I don't care. Hey man, remember Cedric Benson? He was awesome.
Cedric Benson, that's a random mention.
Well, he was a UT running back.
Yeah, I know he was. I just didn't expect a Cedric Benson reference.
Who's the most famous Texas player right now in the NFL? I think. What would you say, Xavier Worthy?
Oh.
Oh my
Bijan
gosh.
Robinson.
Oh
Well,
yeah, you're right. It would be Bijan Robinson. Yeah, arguably the second most famous Atlanta Falcon to wear the number 7. Of course, that honor, of course, going to Ron Mexico. Oh, the University of Texas has 22 college football Hall of Fame inductees. Let's see. Um, Earl Campbell was one of them, inducted in 1990. Mac Brown was inducted in 2018. Vince Young in 2019. Oh, the late great Steve Mongo McMichael was inducted in 2009. And they have 5 Longhorns in the Hall of Fame. Obviously, the most recent would have been Steve McMichael in 2024, Bobby Dillon in 2020, Earl Campbell in 1991. Wait, Bobby Lane in 1967, but Tom Landry in 1990. I didn't know Tom Landry was an alum of Texas.
Wouldn't shock me.
46 through 48. Okay.
You gotta wonder somewhere in the campus of UT is one of Tom Landry's hats.
Oh, I'm sure he probably donated one of his hats to the university.
Greg, I know you're saying which former Longhorn is probably the most popular in the NFL right now.
Yeah.
It's a tough choice because you won't believe how many former Texas players are currently playing in the NFL.
Oh, what is it?
51.
Oh,
Some names real fast, the more familiar names, not going to go through all 51. Isaiah Bond, who he had a little bit of a troubled history at Texas, but he's like a third WR3, a third wide receiver with the Browns. Cameron Dicker, the Los Angeles Chargers kicker. Quandre Diggs, a cornerback with the Seahawks. Devin Duvernay, wide receiver with the Bears. Quinn Ewers, who was the quarterback last year at Texas, the starting quarterback, currently the third stringer with the Dolphins. Dante Foreman, who had a number of good years talking about the Falcons earlier. He's with says he's with the Browns, except I think he was with the Browns last year, unless he's like on their injured list. First round pick this year of the Green Bay Packers, Matthew Golden, wide receiver, who I think is like the first wide receiver that Green Bay has picked in the first round, like since the 80s. I'm not even joking about that because I don't think Brett Favre had any first round wide receivers, and nor did Aaron Rodgers, because I think the highest picked wide receiver Aaron Rodgers had was Devontae Adams, who was a second round pick. Lil Jordan Humphrey, who's not Lil, but that's his name, Lil Jordan Humphrey, wide receiver of the Denver Broncos. Adonai Mitchell of the Jets. He of the what did he do with the Colts? He flubbed like a punt return, or
yeah,
and that
yeah.
got him traded. Yeah,
but he's done pretty.
Well, I say he was part of the he was part of the Sauce Gardner trade. Yeah,
but he's done pretty well since he's been with the Jets.
And you mentioned Bijan Robinson and Xavier Worthy. So yeah, those are the more notable names. Again, there's 51 who are currently in the NFL. But I'm sure if we really, really, really wanted to try, we could find NBA players and Major League Baseball players who are University of Texas alumni. Well, I think two come to mind immediately for the NBA: Kevin Durant, but also Jared Allen for the Cavs. He went to the University of Texas. But I'm looking at that right now, so uh, we can go through all the really famous people who played baseball and basketball for who played at in Austin.
I know Roger Clemens, of course, played at Texas.
Oh, Roger Clemens definitely did. Oh, did I tell you, Greg, that in one of the boxes of Allen and Ginter I bought, I got a Roger Clemens autograph?
Oh, of course.
Yeah, and the crazy thing, and I couldn't believe this, it's only selling for like $70 on eBay
Oh my God, that's a steal for Roger Clemens.
because he's not in the hall.
Yeah, that's exactly why it is. So,
Exactly. And actually, I'm pretty sure I told you also, uh, the next box I bought of Allen Ginter after that, I got a Keenan Thompson autograph. And hopefully Keenan's on SNL tonight. I didn't see him last week. I'm sure he was there. I just didn't see him.
who is the host tonight of SNL? As we're recording this.
Somebody I haven't heard of. I can tell you that. Now, seriously, I don't even know who it is, and he's so well known that I didn't even remember his name.
All right.
Josh
J-
O'Connor. Who though?
Oh.
Oh, from The Crown.
Oh, okay.
With musical
Um,
guest Lily Allen. Oh my God, I haven't heard anything new from Lily Allen in at least 15 years.
who did Josh O'Connor play on The Crown?
He played. Who does Josh O'Connor play in The Crown? He played. Oh, he he played then Prince, now King Charles.
Oh, okay.
All right, taking a look at notable University of Texas baseball and basketball players. Max Alvis, former Indian. I actually met him, about 10 and a half, 11 years ago at a Wahoo Club event that myself and friend of, I believe, all three of ours, Jason Hernandez, went to with Carlos Carrasco, former Met and former Indian. Nice guy. He's actually one of those people who signs through the mail. I need to send him a card. Other people of note that played for the University of Texas, Brandon Belt, if you remember him with the Giants.
Yes.
And we mentioned Roger Clemens. Ron Gardenhire. There's a name for you, Greg.
Also a former Twins manager and an ex-Met.
Right. That's why I mentioned him. Brooks Kieschnick, if you remember him. He was supposed to be a star. He was drafted really highly by like the Cubs back in the 90s, but his major league career didn't really do anything. Calvin Murray. Do you know who Calvin Murray is?
I know the name.
Okay, two things. He is Kyler Murray's uncle.
Yeah.
Okay, do you know the second one?
Yes.
Say it.
He was in the batter's box when Randy Johnson killed a bird in spring training one year.
That is the correct answer. Yes. Yes, he was in the batter's box in 2001 when Randy Johnson threw that famous pitch that obliterated that bird. Yes.
Wow.
Spike Owen, if you remember him back in the 80s and 90s, shortstop with the Expos.
Oh, now hold on a second. That's 286 Red Sox that were at UT, but there's a third that's that you'll get. I'm sure you'll find.
Oh, I think I know who you're talking about.
Say
Calvin Schiraldi.
Yes. Who was, of course, in the offseason before traded from the Mets to the Red Sox for Bobby Ojeda.
And another name, last one I'm going to mention, Greg Swindell.
Oh,
Oh, great pitcher for the Indians back. He started in 86. I think he played till about 91, 92, then went to Houston. But he's another person that was up here in the last year for a 455 club event, and I didn't go to it, unfortunately. It was
now,
him and Jay Bell, believe it or not. That was a
oh,
good. That was a great combination. Jay
yeah.
Bell and him. I would have loved to go to
Yeah.
that.
Now hold on a second. Now since you mentioned Spike Owen, I did get from my brother's signed card collection. I found like a seller in Massachusetts. I found I got for $5 a signed Spike Owen, I think 88 or 89 score traded with the Expos.
Oh, nice. Oh, one more name I'm going to mention because he did throw a perfect game. Houston Street.
Yes,
So he went to University of Texas as well,
former A's pitcher.
and I think he's doing a color for the A's.
Okay,
Or
and
maybe
I
I'm
know
confusing him with somebody else, but
Dallas Braden maybe
maybe it's Dallas Braden. Yes.
because I know Dallas Braden's doing the A's games for NBC Sports California.
How about some NBA players who played at University of Texas? Johnny Moore, who is a Spurs legend, San Antonio Spurs
Yeah.
legend, actually has his number retired by the Spurs. I think his number was 00.
Oh,
Chris Mim, former Cavs center, really, absolutely just blah. He's
hold
horrible.
on. Timeout. I got a Chris Mim Lakers bobblehead that I got for $2 on eBay with a Lamar Odom. So don't.
Okay, so that justifies it with a Lamar Odom.
Yes.
LaMarcus Aldridge, who
Yeah.
really, he could be a Hall of Famer. He's got the numbers.
Mike, I gotta say, we got less than 2 minutes left. So, and guess what's closing this out?
Oh, well, I better hurry up then. PJ Tucker, Boobie Gibson, who actually is an assistant basketball coach at my alma mater, my high school. Mentioned Kevin Durant, DJ Augustin, Avery Bradley, Tristan Thompson, Cavs legend. Miles Turner, who's playing with the Bucks. Jared Allen, I mentioned. Mo Bamba, Jackson Hayes, Jalen Tyson, current Cavs player. We got two players on the Cavs that went to the University of Texas, even though Jalen Tyson, he's listed as being from Cal Berkeley.
All empty in the beds burned on. And Bevo's just dreaming of that. He's dreaming, I bet, of the crowd at UT. He's just dreaming about the football. He's dreaming. I don't know what he's probably dreaming about. Sark. He's probably dreaming about.
He's dreaming about killing Uga.
Oh yeah, he's definitely dreaming about that.
Hey, I could tell you what Bevo's thinking of. I wonder if a Longhorn could beat up on a Wolverine. Because
Copyright 2022 Longhorn Network. All rights reserved.
And just for, I don't want to say clarification, but when Longhorn Network showed this, they would have this on a loop for anywhere from like 6 hours to, I think, there's 6 hours in the last year they showed it. I remember that because I actually wanted to do like a live show when they were showing it for the last time. But I think at some point they were showing it on a loop for 24 hours.
So it's kind of like it was like on the Longhorn Network, their version of the WPAX Yule log.
Well, I think I said that at the absolute beginning of the show that this is essentially the Longhorn Network version of the Yule log. Boy, that reminds me. I think it's a good way to fall asleep tonight. Not the WPIX Yule log, but actually Uverse. I don't know, if it's the WPIX version, but Uverse has in their listings a Yule log, so you can turn on at any time, and I think that might be a good way of falling asleep tonight.
Yeah. I think antenna shows the Yule log.
I think Pluto has a dedicated channel to the Yule log.
Their own Yule log, yeah.
In log we trust.
In log we.
No, I don't have antenna TV, unfortunately.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
Well,
it sucks because I can't get antenna TV or any of the that channels, the major channel or any of its digital sub channels by antenna, even though I live all of like 12 miles away.
Well, what did we learn from Bevo Home for the Holidays?
My baby wants Bevo for Christmas.
She wants nothing less, nothing more.
Yep.
And Bevo loves eating his hay.
Yeah.
And even loves eating hay off the ground, which he may have stepped on or pooped on or something. Yeah. And he likes hiding in the shade. And he likes running in that huge field. Like I said, 250 acres. That's a pretty big ranch. And we learned Jordan Shipley, well, he was a very mid wide receiver. And we also learned that Bevo was dinner back in 1920.
Oh, the first Bevo. He was delicious, I bet.
He was delicious.
Now I want to time travel back and see and just like if we had a time machine, could you imagine if we went back, we could witness Bevo being served to all those people.
Okay, for some reason, Greg, just in my mind, yeah, the first Thanksgiving I think was either 1620 or 1621. I could see us taking the time machine to the first Thanksgiving in 1620, and then you're like, "Hey guys, before we go back, I want to go 300 years into the future to make a little pit stop. I want to stop in Austin, Texas." And we go there, and there's everybody eating Bevo 1, and you like hop out and like, "Hey, save me some ribs. Bevo's never been so delicious."
And then the timeline gets all effed up because
oh my!
I decided like I want to eat Bevo.
Well, you know what they say about stepping on a butterfly, ruining history. Eating Bevo, that throws off all of history. Good job, Greg. But Greg ruined history in the most delicious way possible.
I did.
So yeah, I think that's what we learned, and I hope our listeners learned something. I mean, we could have just been sitting here for 2 hours just watching this and doing commentary, but I threw out a whole ton of facts, and we talked about some of the football games and some of the famous players. So now you guys know everything there is to know about the University of Texas athletics and Bevo, I think.
Yep.
Get ready for a pop quiz.
Yeah. All right, so that does it for this live show for Bevo Home for the Holidays. And thank you for listening, and have a good rest of your day. And we hope you have a Merry, Merry Christmas. And